Caddy is certainly an interesting cartoon. I don't know if I loved it, but it's very creative. This is a Screen Gems Fantasies cartoon from 1947. It's directed by Sid Marcus and written by Cal Howard, with a voice cast including Dave Barry and Cal Howard. And this features a cat and a dog, and also Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, which I thought was very peculiar. And it starts off with the cat and the dog getting along really well. They're playing golf together, and then Bob Hope and Bing Crosby come along, and peculiar things start to happen. And there are very creative approaches to ruining the cat and dog's golf game. And then the cat and the dog begin to turn on each other. And I don't want to say too much more than that because it is a very unpredictable film. And as such, that means that there was definitely enough in it for me to find it quite enjoyable. But at the same time, I feel like it very heavily relied on the characters of Bob Hope and Bing Crosby to the point where it was kind of gimmicky. And it felt like they didn't really need to make too much of an effort with the narrative because they were relying on the characters of Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. But at the same time, there was a decent amount of creativity in the visuals, even if the narrative structure wasn't necessarily the most satisfying or the most interesting. And yes, by the end of it, I had questions, but at the same time, it was fine. It was okay. I think if you're particularly a fan of Bob Hope or Bing Crosby, you might find it more interesting than I did. That's not to say I don't like their work, but I wouldn't consider myself a huge fan. So I didn't really connect with those characters or find it that fascinating. It was more peculiar than anything else, but absolutely creative. The animation quality is not too bad. I liked the characters of the cat and the dog. I thought they were pretty interesting, and I don't know if they ever feature in any other Screen Gems films, but I actually quite liked them as a duo. I thought they worked really well. And while I don't care about golf at all, I think it worked quite well as a setting, as a theme for this. So it was okay. Kitty Caddy may not be perfect, but at the same time, it was creative and there was enough there to keep me engaged throughout. So if it sounds like it would appeal to you, then I'd say it might be worth checking out.